and Black communities have always been like this, and we should continue staying like that. There's no reason why the two communities should be fighting, okay? We have fought next to each other, side by side, since the civil rights movement, okay? There's no time for beef on either side. We need to stand together, especially with everything that's going on right now in this country. So just a reminder that the Latino community and the Black community are like this always.
One strong message that Black folks are trying to share out there, be it from Latinos, be it from white people, because for the longest time, people have always showed interest to Black folks only when it benefits them, but who are left. This is all done at the expense of Black people, the people that they run into when at least they want something or they have something to gain from it. What am I saying? There is an Hispanic woman who tries to talk to Black folks and telling Black folks that you need to remember that, in the past, history shows that we fought side by side and we stood with you during the civil rights movements, right? And so Black people are like, why are you saying this right now? You had the right to make the right decision, but you didn't make the right decision. Because according to the stats, and this showed that people made the decision that they made. And this is historically, especially from the Latino community, because I've seen situations or I've seen instances where Latino parents are advising their kids not to intermarry with Black people because they will have a Black kid, and a Black kid is undesirable as compared to a white kid. And as a result, they warn them, please don't bring me a Black kid. I don't want a Black gene in this family. As a result, they desire other people like Asians, white people, Chinese, all name all of them, all like light-skinned race, right? And also, the decisions that they make or how they view Black people, it is from a stereotypic, it is from a stereotypic lens. And I'll say this up front. I know not all Latinos do this, but at least majority of them, only a few who recognize the bad things that they have done to the Black community. And I've heard a lot of complaints from Black people where we have we have racist comments that come from the Hispanic community. And I think it is, honestly, I don't know if this lady was trying to right all the wrongs, because Black people are questioning all these things that are happening, and they're like, why are you acting so nice to us, yet maybe you want something from us? So I want us to watch this video because Black folks are complaining that they are tired of being used. So let's watch the video. I'll be back and we'll discuss about it at the end of the video. I hope you find values from the commentary that I usually give you. And for those who are supporting me, I highly appreciate. If you wish to support me, you can check my Cash App account. If you buy me a coffee, I'll most definitely appreciate. But until then, I don't want to say much. Like the video, share, subscribe so that we can learn together.
Am I missing something? Because I didn't know the Black community and the Latino community were like this. Did y'all know that? Am I missing something? I know in our society, Blacks and Latinos are considered close together in the sense that we are less educated, do worse on standardized tests, more benefactors of DEI, more likely to be criminal, compared to whites and Asians being better. I know I've heard that kind of political rhetoric, but I did not know Blacks and Latinos were like this. I thought a lot of Latinos were trying to advance the race, dilute their African blood, get closer to whiteness. Me no black, using the N-word when we ask you not to. Let me know if I'm wrong.
Haven't? No, we haven't. See, you be watching these movies, too much Sesame Street, too much Big Bird, okay? Too much of them two cats that's like Twiddle Them and Twiddle Dum on Sesame Street. No, y'all watch too much cartoons. That's not true. I'm sorry, holistically, the Hispanic community and the Black community has not been like this. It's not as tight as you think. That's just the truth. Maybe to Hispanic people that might be the case, but that is not to Black people holistically. It is what it is. And if you want any proof of that, look at the most recent election results, November 5th, 2024, to be exact. That tells you right there that we're not as unified as you think we are, or as most of your people think we are. I wish that's something that we can get fixed. I wish that's something that can be, progressed in this, that, and the third in the future. Because I believe there is, a chance of that happening. But as it stands right now, no, it's not. No, it's not. Most Hispanics want that proximity to whiteness real bad. So no. Respectfully, no.
Where you find out that from? The lies you tell? Man, y'all ain't never liked us. I remember when I was in school, it was a girl who dated a black guy. She was Latino. Her dad had whooped her ass. And you know why he whooped her ass? He told her, don't you date them black guys. They lazy and they don't want to work. I got a Latino friend. She told us, she said, before I met y'all, I thought all black folks was lazy and didn't want to work, because that was I was always told as a kid. Y'all ain't never liked us. Y'all don't like us. Let's not do that. Please don't do that. Hispanic people, they ain't never messed with us in the first place. Y'all come to our clubs, we welcome you in there. We come to your club, y'all ready to fight us. No. We ain't never been like that. We ain't never been like that. I can't recall Latinos and blacks being together like that. They even have fights in school against Latinos and blacks. We should be together, but y'all don't like us. We black people are the most accepting race in the whole wide world. And you can look at it. It's documented. Over history, we are the most welcoming race, and it always come to bite us in the ass. Always. We'll welcome you into our home. We'll welcome you into our fray. We'll welcome you into everything we got going on, but it's not reciprocated. Y'all don't feel the same way about us? You better stop that, girl. The lies you told.
That is not true. I live around a whole bunch of Latino people. Blacks and Latinos have never been cool. The Latino women always thought they were better than black women and all that. Y'all like our men, but y'all don't like the black women that they come out of. We've never been cool with y'all like that. We've never been bitches. We never had pound. We never were besties. We never gave each other dap. We're not like, no, we are very separated. No, stop saying that. So you know what it is? When people get into stuff, they always think for blacks to do something, we paved the way. Martin Luther King and them all paved the way. The road was paved. The road was paved. We're not moving. To my people, keep your behinds in your... We're on vacation. Okay? If I see one black person out there doing something that they ain't supposed to be doing, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go up to you and I'm gonna pull you by your coattail and whatever. I'm gonna bring you back home. We ain't never been cool. Stop trying to convince yourself that... It's blowing my mind that somebody that you actually said that the blacks and Latinos have always been cool. That is so far from the truth. It's so far from the truth. Y'all think y'all better than this with the long hair and all that. No, Listen, we on vacation. We ain't moving. We're not moving. We're burnt out. We've hung up our marching boots. We're not doing anything. That's why we're not moving. And the more y'all keep coming on this app trying to convince us to say, oh, y'all cool with us. No, you're not going to use us. Not no more. No, we've been used too many years. Our ancestors and all that. No, no, that's not true. And I'm not upset with you for saying that. I know that's the way you want it to be, but that is not true at all. They don't like us. They never did. And I'm going to leave that on that note.
I'm sorry, when did that happen? Because I swear I didn't get the memo that black and Latino were like this. Because if my memory serves me correctly, and normally does, when black people tried to extend the olive branch to the Latino community said, lo siento, no gracias, to us. Because you were too busy trying to fit yourselves into white society and to have a seat at the white assimilation table. And you were fighting so hard for that seat with the same people that we want you in this country. So again, when were black and Latino were ever together? I can answer that. Never. Okay? Get that Sesame Street dream out of your head, baby. That never happened. But you have a blessed day and a safe one. Peace.
In a micro sense, you are correct. Once upon a time in the 1970s through, I would say, the mid-1990s, there were camaraderie between blacks and Hispanics in certain cities. A very small group of cities, mind you, but one of those cities just happened to be New York. Unfortunately, for every one New York, you have Miami, where you have Cubans who basically came to this country and literally were fast-tracked into being Americans, which is why not only do Cubans and blacks don't quite get along at the level that you thought that we and Puerto Ricans did or we and Dominicans did, but also it's the reason why Cubans are the most like inert in ways of the immigration process, because their process was a lot easier than any other American, even people from Britain who want to become American, people from France who want to become American. Then you look at LA. So contrary to popular belief, there are a small minority of what we might call Chicanos who we thought may have come from Mexico. In a way, you would be right, except they're from Mexico when California was part of Mexico. So you have generations of Chicanos who were here before California became part of the United States in the first place. But then you also have Mexicans who came from what we now know as Mexico, who crossed the border, and they don't realize that even though many of them went through the immigration process, they would have had a way much harder time if not for civil rights. And who marched for civil rights? You guessed it, black people. Black people pretty much fought for everybody in this country. And pretty much every race, including, surprisingly, black people, bit black people in the ass each and every time. And we are post-November 2024. We are tired. We are taking a break. We are sick and tired. This is why history should be studied in school, instead of trying to take all this history out of it so people can understand why black people are tired. We fought for this country from the start. First person to die for this country was a black man. We have fought for people even though we did not have the freedoms ourselves. Civil rights aren't black rights. Civil rights were civil rights, which means everybody. And what things did we get? We got bit in the ass more than anything. So we're taking a break. So the 90+%, the 80+%, if Hispanic women want to join, they were about, 57%? You can join on the sit out. We're just sitting out. We're on vacation. Don't ask for us. We're here. We're chilling. You can find us on TikTok or some other social media site. We're going to go about our business. We're taking a break. Do it without us if you want to. March without us to see how far that goes. And if you guys survive, we'll see you in 2028. And you guys will just have to vote the right way next time. It's not about the two-party system, by the way. Within the next 4 years, try to build a party that is able to run in all 50 states. So if you don't like the Republicans, you don't like the Democrats, create a party that could run in all 50 states, make it to the ballot of all 50 states, at least in Congress, at least in the Senate, at least in state houses, at least in counties throughout every state. And we'll see you in 2028. If not, just vote Democrat. And we'll follow along with you. We'll try to reverse everything that's going to happen and has happened at this point. And, that's my time. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. As you can see, I'm late for my spa date.
Why do y'all just get on here and lie? Truth. I am really starting to get so sick and tired of seeing this kind of videos from mixed or white Hispanics coming on here and talking about how us and black, them and black people go together. No, the heck we don't. And at this point, it just has to be rage bait content or something like that. Like, you just want to go viral, have a bunch of black people in your comments checking you. It has to be. Because I thought we already talked about this with all the Hispanic influencers before you who made this kind of dumbass content and who got checked. Don't y'all have a term in y'all's community that says mejor de la raza? Meaning date white, marry white, procreate with white to better the race. Anti-blackness is literally part of y'all's culture. It's not even one of those things that we can say, okay, it's just some people who try to, fit into white society by being, no, literally, when you hear a term that was created by a community that literally says date and marry in order to whiten the entire race, the entire bloodline, it already tells you what kind of community you're dealing with. There's so much colorism and anti-blackness within Central and South American like countries that literally affect people's livelihood. You think we're dumb? Like, I know a lot of y'all think that people in the US don't know about these things, but some of us are not even from the US, which brings me to this thing that I've heard a lot of Hispanic people say, right? Like, during the 60s, or not the 60s, but, you know, when Black Americans were escaping slavery, like, we helped. So what about Black people who are not descendants of slaves? Because I'm West African. Y'all didn't do ish for me. But I remember how I felt like when I moved to Southern California and I started experiencing anti-blackness from the Hispanic community, which led me to boycotting y'all's businesses way before this 2024 elections was even thought about. And when the exit polls came out and I saw that Hispanic men helped the orange men get in power more than any other minority group, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't. I knew based on how I've been treated here before. So here's the thing. I'm really starting to get sick and tired of these videos. Okay? I'm so sick and tired of y'all coming over here gaslighting. I'm so sick and tired of you literally lying to your feet. I'm so sick and tired of y'all being dehumanizing. Because this is what y'all are doing. You are, like, what you're doing right now is being dehumanizing. Like, you're dehumanizing Black people and your experience with anti-blackness within the Hispanic community by you pretending as if you don't even know that we don't get along. Where did you even get that from? Girl, where did you get that from? Like, I don't think there's anybody who got eyes who is aware, who really do think that we have any kind of allyship. The only people who thought that maybe we go together were people from the Midwest. You know, a lot of Black people from the Midwest who are not privy to a lot of people within the Hispanic community. But if you live in a place where there's a heavy Hispanic population, mestizos, blancos, and stuff like that, like Southern California, Texas, Miami, you know dang gone well we don't go together. We stay away from each other. Y'all know that. I don't know what the heck y'all keep lying. I'm so sick of the ish. Like, oh my God. Like, I used to live in South Carolina where there were a bunch of racist white people. And I promise you, the amount of anti-blackness and racism that I've seen within the Hispanic community is literally like, where do I even start? White racism, Southern white racism, in my opinion, was nothing burger compared to the amount of anti-blackness that I've seen within the Hispanic community, especially considering the fact that a lot of y'all can be anti-black and then turn around and say, well, I can be racist because I'm a person of color, which is what makes it harder to call y'all out on this ish, except for 2024 presidential election when all of us can see with our eyes who y'all decided to align with. And the fact that y'all keep making these videos talking about we go together without even acknowledging that the reason why we are in this predicament is with y'all's help. Out of every minority group, y'all's community help us, like y'all's community help put us in this situation. So I don't really get it. I really need y'all to put the phone down. If there's anything that I feel like the Hispanic community needs to work on right now, is to try to prove that the election was rigged so y'all can look less racist. That's all. But don't come over here asking for support, okay? Y'all just haven't earned it. Y'all haven't earned allyship, especially not from the Black community. Just drop the phone. If you want to talk about coming together and all that BS, just drop the phone, okay? Pick up the phone to talk to your people. Address your people. Figure out a way to fix your community. Just stop making this weird ass content. The thing is, it doesn't even benefit y'all because this kind of content doesn't even make y'all look good. Talking about we all go together. It doesn't like you're trying to go viral. You're trying to gain popularity. Like, what's the end goal here? Because I promise you, you don't look good. Considering the fact that no other minority group helped put orange men in office more than Hispanic men, you look goofy. Standing over here asking for people to come together when everybody did what they could at the polls, and y'all crapped on us. Hang it up, Flash.
This whole video that I just stitched is full of lies and delusion. When have y'all stood by us and fought anything with us? Like, seriously, when? I'm not understanding how you think the Latino community and Black folks is like this. Where do y'all get that from? Because right here, just on this app, it shows different. Y'all have never wanted to side with us, ever. Y'all wanted to side with people that look closer to those Spaniards that y'all come from.
Let's be honest. Let's be real. So, are we not going to talk about the anti-blackness in the Latino community? How Afro-Latinos are mistreated by other Latinos in the community? We're just going to skip past that? How Afro-Latinos are constantly erased as being part of the Latino community? But we're just like that. Always. How Lily anti-blackness is always swept underneath the rug. Whenever Latinos bring it up, we're told that we're being aggressive, we're talking too loud, we're over-exaggerating things, that things like this don't happen, it's only an American thing. What's other things that I've been told as Afro-Latino? I'm trying to think of, as a black person. But we've been like this the whole entire time? Is that really the message we're going to push? We're just going to downplay all them experiences that Afro-Latinos go through? We're just going to downplay how black people get treated? Because that's what it came off. It comes off very disingenuous. When we really know how the black and Latino community actually is. I think we would get a lot of things done if people start being honest. Start being real about the real problems. That's how we fix the problems. But lying to ourselves and saying, oh, the Latino and black community, we've been cool. There's been no problems, nothing. Come on now, we gotta do better. Let's start by being honest, being real, having real conversations, breaking the racial barriers that are there, breaking the discrimination that Afro-Latinos go through, breaking the racism that Afro-Latinos go through.
Are you sure about that?
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're super great from wherever you're watching us from. You know, I like the fact that black people are so vigilant, black people are so observant, and they can smell you from afar when you want to use them. The perfect example is this Hispanic woman who comes out and talks to black people and reminds black people that, you know, you need to consider us. We are also important. There is one outstanding message that black folks are trying to put out there. They are tired of being used. And of course, black people right now know that they don't have any ally. They know, right? The only people that understand the struggle of black people is black people themselves. The only people black people find it easy to confide with is fellow black people, because they are the ones who understand their struggles. They're the ones who have gone through a lot of things. At least they're the ones who doesn't have a stereotyped history or a whitewashed history. Because when I try to look at the relationship between blacks and the Latinos, it's like majority of Latinos, not all, but majority of Latinos have heard these, you know, one-sided story about black people. Black people are thugs, black people don't like school, black people like cracks, and all those things, and those stereotypic things that have been said about black people. And this is what they work with. But at the end of the day, real black people are the one who knows the struggles that they go through. They know the problems that they face. And it is this time that black folks are making it open that they don't want any allyship with other group of people. Because at the end of the day, any type of relationship that these people always want to have with them is if they benefit from it. There is always something that they have to gain. When you see somebody trying to be so much close to black folks, and these are people who are historically have always tried, or who have always tried to push, you know, the white supremacist idea. I'm talking about majority of Hispanics, not all of them, but majority of them who have tried to push this. Because I've heard black folks complaining, even within the Latino black community, people who have intermarried, because blacks and Latinos, most of the time, they have always stayed close. I don't mean united, but they have always stayed close. So you find that there are scenarios where a black person has married a Latino, and when they meet, they'll always receive those, racist comments like Moreno, how they call black people. And it is not interesting, like growing and knowing, even black children who are growing in these households, they are always growing knowing that there's a stratification, or there is just a way that that these people have always tried to put them. And it's not a happy thing, right? Because when other groups of people have always been trying to be mean to black folks, all black folks have ever did in history, try look, they have been nice to them, they've been kind to them, they have helped them, they heard their voices. Black women were raped on the streets, black men were killed, fighting for the civil rights movement, fighting for the affirmative action, things that benefited this other group like the Asian community, like the white community, like the Latino community. But at the end of the day, what did black people gain? It's nothing. So I'm glad that black folks are right now seeing things from, from a point of, let us see what you're trying to do. Why are you trying to go with this narrative, right? And while I'm watching the video, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing black people. Now they're so vigilant. Now they're so observant, and they're looking at them and they're like, okay, why are you going with this, right? So it is from all this history that has made black people to be who they are today. And I'm glad for my cousins, for my brothers and sisters who are in the United States, who are working so hard to ensure that the black unity is still there. And I think one of the most important things that are happening right now is that black people are uniting, and they've learned, I think they've learned the hardest way, because all these other groups have proven that they can't trust them. They cannot be trusted. And they proved this in the ballot box, right? So when I watch this video, that's all I had to say about this, because I know the relationship between blacks and Latinos have always been faced with some challenges. Not all of them, because we have black folks that are okay with Latinos. We have Latinos that are okay with black folks, and it's okay. And we also have now these majority of Latinos who are not okay with black folks are not okay with Latinos, because of all these racial challenges that these two communities have had before. Well, if it was fair, it could have been good if there is unity, right? But black people are questioning, why is it that it is right now that you want the unity? Well, you had the chance of proving that you really cared about us. It means that you don't care. And so what can we do? We also don't care about you, right? So there's so much I could say about this video, but I'm just gonna cut it right from there, because a lot is happening and the ball is on the court of black folks, that they want to choose to decide the fate of how they're gonna be, interacting with these people. Because at the end of the day, it's important, in as much as we are seeing a community where people are trying to forgive each other from the past mistakes that they made. But at the end of the day, this is left on the balls of the black folks to decide on what really they think is good, or what really they think is right for them to do. And so these are presented Jindook stories, and I'm hoping you're glad, and I'm hoping to see you on my next video. Until then, let me see you in my next video. Peace, love, and harmony.